morning, dear children. Today we are going to see Civics first unit, Indian Constitution. Constitution is the supreme law of India. Okay, Constitution is the supreme law of India. Now we are going to see what is Constitution. What is Constitution? Constitution is a comprehensive document which provides legal framework by which entire country is regulated. Okay, so already I told that Indian Constitution is the supreme law of India which provides legal framework by which entire country is regulated. Or else in another way we can say that a document which describes the rights and duties of its citizenship and the way in which it's governed. Okay, a document which describes the rights and duties of its citizenship and the way in which it's governed. The concept of constitution was first originated in USA. Okay, so this is the repeated question. Once again, I'll repeat it. Kindly listen. Okay, what is constitution? Whether you can follow this definition or this definition is up to you. Okay, a document which describes the rights and duties of its citizenship and the way in which it's governed, it's called a constitution. It's a comprehensive document. It is providing a legal framework but at the same time by which entire country is regulated. Okay, and this is the expected one more question, dear children. The concept of constitution was first originated in USA. Okay, where the first concept of constitution was originated in USA. Next, we move on to the need for a constitution. All democratic countries have a constitution that governs them. As you know, India is the best example for diversifying land. It is made up of different religion, different community, different caste, different ethnic group and different habits, different culture and different languages, and every citizens they have different beliefs. To solve the above problems and satisfy every citizens of a country, a constitution is needed to frame. Okay, so because of the diversified land, each and every citizens they have different beliefs. To solve the problems, it is a need for framing a constitution. And constitution will be helpful in satisfying or fulfilling the beliefs of different kinds of citizens in a country. That is the reason why a constitution was framed. And at the same time, constitution tells us the fundamental nature of our society. What it says that the constitution tells us the fundamental nature of our society. So in simple way we can say that to solve, or we can say that the constitution will be helpful in satisfying or fulfilling the beliefs of different kinds of citizens in a country, so that constitution was framed. Let me pass on to making of Indian constitution. Before we discuss about the making of an Indian constitution, let us recall our past history. In 1600, the British came to India as a traders. Okay, and they started to, by utilizing our disunity, they started to rule us. They nearly 350 years, the Indians, we were under the control of the British. They make us slaves. They ruled us. They exploited all our resources. Okay, at that time, in the year 1806, Vellore revolt, it was broke out in South India, which was against the British government. Okay, but this 1806 revolt, it was an utter failure one. And in the year 1857, Sepoy Mutiny, or first war of Indian independence, which was broke out in central India. Okay, this revolt also, it was a failure one. But what was the result of this? Up to 1857, India was under the control of the British East India Company. After the Sepoy Mutiny, this Queen Victoria's proclamation was issued on November 1st, 1858. In which year it was proclaimed? November 1st, 1858 it was proclaimed. After that, we come under the control of Queen. Sir. So, India comes under the control of British Queen. Okay. Then, after that, in the year 1885, Indian National Congress was formed. After that, this was the first political organization which was held in India. So, all the Congress leaders, they joined together and they revolted against the British. Okay. And all the Congress leaders, they started to quarrel against the British to get independence. So, in the year 1934, M.N. Roy, who was a communist person, he was the first person gave idea to frame constitution. Who was the first person gave idea to frame a constitution? M.N. Roy was a communist person. He gave idea for framing the constitution. So at that time, in the year 1935, the Indian Council Act or Indian Government Act was passed. In that Indian Council Act, which authorized the idea which was given by M.N. Roy. What was the idea which was given by M.N. Roy? To frame a constitution which was authorized by the Indian Council Act, which was passed in the year 1935. Okay. Then after that, in the year 1940, August offer. The British government, they have given offer, like RD offer. The British government, they have given that August offer. According to that August offer, what was the thing which was given to the Indian people? No, we can start to proceed the work for framing the constitution. We can say that this August offer gave initial approval to frame constitution. August offer gave initial approval to frame constitution. So that work it was started, and at that time only in the Second World War is in the peak the Second World War, it is in the peak time, and 1939 the Second World War came to an end, and India was the first country got independence on August 15, 1947. So, framing a constitution is not an easy thing. These are many people, they were worked behind to frame the constitution. Now, let's see how our Indian constitution was framed. Now, let us see how our Indian constitution was framed. On November 1946, the first Constituent Assembly was created to create a constitution. And which year? On November 1946, Constituent Assembly was created to create a constitution. Okay. And on December 9, 1946, the first meeting regarding the formation of the constitution was held. Okay. And at that time, India was undivided. So that was only one union, Indian Union. This Pakistan was not divided. So the first meeting regarding the formation of the constitution, the Constituent Assembly meeting, first meeting which was held on December 9, 1946. And August 14, the second meeting, August 14, 1947, the second meeting which was held to frame the Indian constitution. At that time, India was divided into two, that is Pakistan Union and Indian Union. So, to frame the Indian constitution, two meetings which was held respectively on December 9, 1946, before India was divided, and the second meeting which was held on August 14, 1947, after India was divided into Pakistan and Indian Union. The Constitution of India was framed by Constituent Assembly set up under Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. So already we had discussed the two meeting which was held before before India was divided into Pakistan Union and Indian Union, then after the division. Okay, so the Constitution of India was framed by Constituent Assembly set up under Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. That Constituent Assembly consists of 389 members. Okay, this Constituent Assembly consists of 389 members. They are 292 members from the British province and 93 members from the princely states and 3 members from the Chief Commission province and 1 member from Balochistan. So what is the difference between British province and the princely states? This British province is ruled directly by the British officials. The British province which was ruled directly by the British officials, and the princely states were the native rulers or the native states or the regional rulers. They have alliance with the British Raj. They have alliance with the British Raj. Our native rulers, but they have alliance with the British Raj. That is the difference between the British province and the British princely states. British province, it was directly ruled by the British officials. It was ruled by our native rulers, but they have alliance with the British Raj. And the 3 members from the Chief Commission province and Balochistan, 1 member from the Balochistan. What is Balochistan? Balochistan is one of the province of Pakistan. One of the province of Pakistan. So if we add all these numbers, this 389 members it will come. So the Constituent Assembly was framed by the Constitution of India was framed by the Constituent Assembly set up under Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. It consists of 389 members and 292 members from British province, 93 members from princely states and 3 from the Chief Commission of province and 1 from Balochistan. Okay, and after this Constituent Assembly was framed, and Dr. Sachidananda Sinha was elected as the Vice President of this Constituent Assembly. Who was elected as the Vice President of this Constituent Assembly first? Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, who was the one of the older member of this Constituent of the Indian National Congress. Then after the death of the Sachidananda Sinha, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was elected as the President of Constituent Assembly. Okay, after the death of Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, who was elected as the President of Constituent Assembly, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was the first President of Free India, as you know. Okay, and under him, H.C. Mukherjee and V.T. Krishnamachari were elected as the Vice President of Constituent Assembly. These 2 people will assist Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Now, let me recall. This is the expected question. Who was the first Vice President as elected as the elected for the Constituent Assembly is Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. In the very few days he was acting as the Vice President of Constituent Assembly. After the death of Sachidananda Sinha, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, under the assistance of H.C. Mukherjee and V.T. Krishnamachari, was elected as the Vice President of Constituent Assembly. A Constituent Assembly met for 11 sessions along with 166 days of meeting. During the session, 2,473 amendments were presented. Some of them were accepted, some of them were not accepted. This assembly worked with various committees. One such important committee is drafting committee. In that drafting committee, chairperson is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So under the chairperson of this drafting committee, our constitution was framed. Okay, who was the drafting committee chairperson? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Under his able leadership, our constitution was framed. So that only he was called as, or he was recognized as, father of the Indian Constitution or father of the Constitution of India. So after the constitution was framed, the draft has been discussed by the people. by the press and by the provincial assemblies. Okay, so that drafting committee was drafted by the able leadership of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Then after the draft has been ready, it has been discussed, or it has been kept in front of the people by the press and by the provincial assemblies, and after their approval only it was adopted. After all the people, press and provincial assembly accepted that, after their approval only this constitution came into, constitution adopted. The draft has been discussed in different readings. The first reading, which was held on November 4, 1948 by the people, and the second reading, which was held on November 15th, 1948 by the press, and third reading, which was held on November 26, 1949 by the provincial people. Okay, provincial. So this November 26, 1949 was adopted as Constitution Day. Okay, which day was adopted as Constitution? This Constitution adopted on 26th November 1949. That day was observed as Constitutional Day. Okay, which day was observed as Constitutional Day? November 26, 1949, because that day only our constitution was adopted. Okay, that our constitution, it contains preamble, 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 schedules. So when it was framed, it has 8 schedules. At present, it has 12 schedules. Okay, the drafted constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. That day was observed as Republic Day. Okay, the draft has been discussed. After a lot of discussion, it was adopted on November 26, 1949. That day was observed as Constitutional Day. And this constitution, our constitution, it contains preamble. It has 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 schedules. At present, it has 12 schedules. Okay. Okay, that finally, at last, the drafted constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. This day is observed as Republic Day. Why do we selected that day as Republic Day? Because the same day, 26 January, okay, our Indian national leaders, freedom fighters, on the bank of River Ravi on January 26, 1930, they hoisted our national flag and they have declared that as Purna Swaraj Day. Okay, so the same day, but here alone it is different. On 26th Jan 1930, our Indian national leaders, they have hoisted our Indian national flag on the bank of River Ravi, and they have declared that day as Purna Swaraj Day. To honor that day, this day was selected as Republic Day. Okay, so you have to see the difference between this. Which day was selected, was observed as Constitutional Day? When our constitution was adopted, that day was considered as Constitutional Day. When it came into force, that day was considered as Republic Day. Which day was observed as Constitutional Day? November 26, 1949. Which day was considered as Republic Day? 26 January 1950. Okay, dear children, today's class over, and next class let us meet. Thank you. Have a nice day.